Hey y'all, welcome back to Comedy Trap House News. It's your boy Marvin Telp, and we're going to start this week with sending healing vibrations to Sinbad. His family has let us know that after having a stroke 2 years ago, Sinbad is beginning his recovery to walking again. And strokes are devastating. So we want to send Sinbad all of our love. Sinbad is one of the best comics in the game. I grew up watching him. So Sinbad, from us at the Comedy Trap House to you, heal up, speedy recovery. Looking forward to seeing you back on your feet, dog. One of the things about strokes is the faster we can recognize a stroke, the faster we can get people's help, and the more chance of recovery and survival. So one of the things we have to learn is, it's called FAST. It's an acronym, F-A-S-T. First thing you notice is the face. If the face is starting to droop on one side or the other, pay attention to that. The other one is arm weakness. So if the face droop and the arm, but you know, arm weakness. The other one is speech slurring. So if their speech starts to slur, so you see face drooping, arm weakness, speech slurring, then it's time, F-A-S-T, to call the ambulance. Now, this also sounds like symptoms of somebody being really fucked up on a Saturday night. You just gotta determine the two. Speaking of fucked up in these streets, Simone, apparently be stinking. She went on to a podcast this last week and said that she only showers, what she said was, I don't be showering every day. So if I shower on Monday, more than likely, I won't shower again till Thursday. And that is trifling. And it's weird because that's like the new Hollywood thing, right? Like you have like Mila Kunis, who said she doesn't shower daily. Brad Armpit, that's his new nickname, who says once a week is plenty. Y'all niggas stink. Like, when did that become the acceptable norm? Like, and I understand there is science, ladies and gentlemen. There's science to back this up. The science says if you shower every day, you can dry your skin out. If you shower every day, there are good bacteria on you that you are washing away. It says it is terrible for your scalp and the environment. Science has also told us not to wash our foods. Hey, don't wash your chicken because you'll spread salmonella. Shut the fuck up, science. Now listen, here's the thing. I believe in science. You know I do. Like, I know the earth is round and I know, but this, wash your funky ass. What are we talking about? Speaking of shit that stinks, Donald Trump has announced his candidacy for president for 2024. Yes, he announced it again. And people are like, well, he's not going to win this time because the Republicans aren't supporting him. Republicans have come out and said, we're not supporting him. They're mocking him. They're doing all these things to discredit Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, that happened before. The Republicans didn't fuck with Donald Trump when he first ran. They thought it was a joke, okay? Everyone hated him like everyone hates Chris, especially Will Smith, but that's it's another thing. The issue at hand is, let's be very specific about what happened in this last presidential election. We had the most amount of people who have ever voted for an election, which is kudos to the country for showing up and actually making a decision. About 150 million of a 330 million amount of people showed up. That's damn near half. Okay, damn near half showed up and voted. And Biden and Kamala Harris, their ticket got 81 million. But Donald Trump, and whoever the fuck he ran with, because I don't remember right now, got 74 million votes. Which means, if you actually do all of the math, about a quarter of the country voted for him. This is after the impeachment. This is after all of the questionable things that he did during his entire presidency and life before. A quarter of the nation's population voted for him. He will get those votes again because here's the thing. The country right now is not happy with the Biden run system. Now, to be fair, let's be very fair. Most of this shit's not honestly his fault. Okay, gas prices are gas pricing because we're dealing with sanctions to Russia, and our food prices are the same way because of those same sanctions. Then we're dealing with the inflation that we knew was going to come after COVID. People didn't spend money for 2 years and just was able to stockpile money. That's why trying to get a table at Vegas right now will run you $2,500 and you ain't even get your bottle yet. Personal shit. Anyway, so the nation is unhappy with the financial situation, which is prime for someone like Donald Trump, who they think is a great businessman. I do not believe wholeheartedly that Biden can run again against Trump and win. I do not believe that Kamala Harris can run against Trump and win. I think we are on the precipice of something very dangerous. Now, you know, this man has how many pending indictments going against him? So maybe they can lock his ass up beforehand. But this man is Teflon. This is the real Teflon Don here, because you're talking about 2 impeachments, only president ever to have to go through 2 impeachment processes. Then the orchestrator of January 6th, he is still running for president of the United States. Nigga, if I would have done less, I'd be in jail. So the state of our union right now, as we just brought up, was about inflation, sanctions for the war, and a series of other things. One of the things that we have to be mindful of and concerned about moving forward is we aren't unifying as a nation. Meaning, at the end of all campaigns and elections, someone would concede. They would concede and say, hey, here's the person, they won, it was a well-fought battle, and now let's reorganize as a nation to get back on the same page. We've made this clear dividing line, red and blue, right? We made this line so clear that it doesn't matter who's running for a campaign, i.e. not another Kid Walker, who's been out on his big press tour lately, as you can see him sitting here with his handlers. Now, Ted Cruz has been everywhere because this nigga can't speak. But it's expressing the importance of what's about to happen in this office. Again, as I said last week, if the Senate goes completely red, or at least enough for them to lame duck it, the Republicans already have the House, we won't get anywhere. So I'm impressing upon the voters in Georgia, my God, please go vote. Like, it's legitimately paramount, because one of the things that's on the table right now is our student loan forgiveness program. I just got an email today that said, hey, you qualify, but, and here's the thing, all student loan payments have now been pushed off to, student loan forgiveness payments have been pushed off to June temporarily, because what's about to happen is, or what has happened is, the government has been sued. The student loan process has been sued by multiple people. And you would go, well, why are people suing against a student loan? Because you have people who go, well, we paid for ours. Yeah, you could afford it. And if you could afford it, you should probably pay for your college. But if you can't afford it, or you could not afford it, and you're dealing with compounding interest every day over a 10, 15, 20-year plan, some people need some fucking help. But now what we're looking at is, this is going to end up going to the Supreme Court. And one of the big things we talked about before is Clarence Ruckus and them. We're going to a heavily skewed white, Freudian slip. God damn it, Fernando. We are going to a right-wing, or right-leaning, right-supporting, right-leaning Supreme Court. Meaning that anything like this legislation, I'm telling you now, the chance of these payments coming out is zero to none. They're going to strike this down, and I'm sure they're going to enjoy striking this down. We have an issue in this country right this very moment, right? There are supposed to be 3 branches of government: legislative, executive, and judicial. And they're all supposed to be separate forms of government, so that way we can keep our checks and balances, right? We all learned this in school. Hey, the legislative branch creates the laws and makes the laws and passes the laws and that govern our land. Executive branch of the government goes, hey, those don't make sense. Hey, we got big picture things to deal with. Hey, we take care of some of these major things that are happening internationally. And then we have the judicial branch. They go, hey, that law's not just, you can't do anything, or hey, you were wrong trying to strike down this law. Like, it's supposed to be balanced. But now, as you look at the nation, it's skewing heavily towards the conservative side, which, if you're a conservative person, that's not a big deal. But if you're someone that believes that human dignity is important, this becomes a human problem. And so now you have a judicial branch that is skewed towards the right. You have one branch of the legislative government that is skewed right. They're trying to get the other one. And then if you turn around and in 2024 replace the head of the country with anyone, a DeSantis, a Trump, a Kemp, whoever makes it out of that, you'll now have a completely right-leaning country. Now, you go, okay, that's terrible for black people. No, that's terrible for anyone that isn't living above a certain bracket. Because what the Republican Party has been able to do for all of these years is get people to vote against their self-interest, not just white women, people in general, because they will go, we are the Christian organization, right? We follow God. And because of that, they will get poor white people who have nothing but religion and maybe a farm and a cow to vote against their self-interest. People, pay attention to the politics that are at hand. At this very moment, again, we're looking at a heavily right judicial system, a president that is kind of losing his mind and will probably not win re-election. And I know you guys love Kamala Harris. I know you do. Yay, black women. She will not win. If you look at the polling, the country doesn't like her. I mean, I don't personally, you know what? Let's not do that because I already know what's going to happen here. And then we're getting a right-wing legislative system. You gotta vote. You gotta go out. You gotta meet your representatives. And then the other thing you have to do is hold accountable your locally elected officials because they affect your day-to-day. Come on, people. Be smart. This time, be smart. Take care of yourself. I'm out of here. Peace. Oh, wait. I lied. I done said this the last 3 weeks. I'm gonna do it one more time. If you like this channel, which I know you do, don't just like the video. Like, click, and subscribe. We'll be coming at you weekly with more news. All right. Now, I'm out of here for real. Peace.